So let's talk about NFL free agency. You know what? Let's just jump right into it. Everybody want to talk about it. The shenanigans that went on with Max Crosby.
Yes.
So to give you the history, Max Crosby, one of the top free agents,
top DN,
pass rusher. He was traded to the they had an agreement to trade him to the Baltimore Ravens for 2 first-round draft picks. That was negotiated this weekend, but the NFL league year does not start until March 11th at 4:00. So you can make all the promises you want. You can hold hands all you want, but until you sign that piece of paper, it don't matter.
Right.
So Max Crosby, he was in Baltimore on yesterday, took the physical. By the way, he's coming off of meniscus surgery.
Yes.
So everybody, but they knew that. Everybody knows that. He's coming off meniscus surgery. Baltimore decided, oh, you know what? We don't like your medicals. We're not gonna make the trade, and then turns around and signs Trey Henderson for $10 million a year less.
Wow.
So here's my thing.
Yes, talk to me.
What you think? I mean, is your word your bond or what? I mean, if you get your word, you're gonna do something, especially as a businessman. That's what you're supposed to be doing, right?
Well, I thought they'd been aware about him getting the surgery, and the surgery he'll be healed by the fall, right?
He'll be healed before training camp.
That's what I'm saying.
So it was a meniscus surgery, and this is the report that I got. And you obviously HIPAA laws, you don't know everything, but he played with the meniscus problem at the end of last year. He wanted to finish the year out. The Raiders shut him down so he wouldn't have more damage to his meniscus. But basically, they say they just went in there and cleaned it up.
Yeah, that's all it was.
Yeah, they went in there and clean. So if you go in there and clean it up, they put you on crutches for a few weeks, let you do some PT, and then you off and running in about 6-7 weeks.
Yeah, we just ain't gonna take that on. We have to do it right after the season.
Yeah. So he did it right after the season. He'll be ready for the summertime.
I don't know why they did that.
I know why they did it.
I like the guy that says, don't get me wrong, Crosby the best. Let's just go and keep it real. But you tell me why you think they did it.
Because they wanted to make a splash because they fired their coach, Harbaugh, who was well liked, and then the defense has been struggling. So you wanted to make a splash in it, and what bigger way to make a splash than to go get Max Crosby, right? But what they didn't calculate on was what they was gonna lose. They had one of the best centers in football, and so once they traded Max Crosby, guess what the Raiders did? They went and signed their center and gave him a record contract. And so now Baltimore got holes. No, they can't get him back. He ain't going nowhere. So Baltimore got holes.
And the crazy thing is going to give y'all guys a shot back possibility because my understanding, it was on the table, halfway on the table. But
so Dallas allegedly offered through sources a first round and a second round pick for Crosby originally. Baltimore offered 2 first-round picks, so Raiders took that offer. Now I bet they wish they would have took Dallas offer. Because right now, you ain't going to get a first and a second round. Not if you supposedly got medical issues.
So basically, Ravens did they seven the butt on this?
Raiders did.
Yes.
Raiders did. Yeah.
Raiders did. Okay.
Raiders did. Ravens, they not coming out smelling like roses because, some teams may not want to deal with them anymore. Well, they're going to have to deal with them, but in free agency, they call it the legal tampering period. When you announce the deal is pretty much done. You're just waiting to sign the paper. You're just waiting to sign the paper. So it's like you propose to your wife. She say yes. Y'all get married. You just waiting to sign the paper, right?
Yep. It's just like dealing with a prenup.
Unless your name is Dak Prescott. Well, we're going to talk about that in a few minutes, too. He proposed. They was engaged. But she didn't want to sign that paper from what I hear. So, they're not together no more. But we ain't going to digress. We'll get into that in just a second. So here's some other big names before we get into the Texans and the Cowboys, because we got to talk Texans, too. Because, your boy, Coleridge, Bernard Stroud, the fourth, he needs some help. So they were supposedly going to get him some help. But other big names, so we talked about Trey Henderson. He went to the Ravens on a 4-year, $112 million deal. You think he's worth $112 million? Trey Henderson, the guy from Cincinnati.
Yeah, he can play, man. He can play now. He can ball.
All right.
Yeah.
Another guy.
They had to go get somebody else similar like Crosby.
Yeah, they did. I mean, it was a great pickup for Baltimore.
Because
you got the second best pass rusher, and you didn't have to give up two first round draft choices.
Yeah, they had to give up that. They had to get that up. Yeah.
So you can go get two first round. You can go get your first rounder, and then hometown kid from Galveston, Mike Evans. A lot of people thought he was going to finish off his career in Tampa,
which I did
be
too.
a lifelong Tampa Bay Buccaneer. He's won a couple Super Bowls there.
Well, like off the field, Walter Payton Awards and all that.
Yep. He's going to be in the Ring of Honor. He's going to the Hall of Fame. But Mike said he wanted another challenge, man, and he didn't see that team. I mean, he's got to be honest about it. He wasn't throwing no shade, but that team ain't going no Super Bowl. It's really not. I mean, everything would have to line up. And plus, Tampa Bay's got a bunch of other receivers now, too. So they got to spread the ball out.
I think he did better staying in Tampa Bay before us getting a chance to go to the Super Bowl. Because we got the talent, but we don't have the coach. And once again, it's going to keep history.
So when you say we, for everybody that don't know, Mike Evans signed with the San Francisco 49ers.
And they took care of him.
On a 3-year, $60 million deal. So $20 million a year for Mike Evans
the
in year
old
13, 14.
Well, the thing is with Mike, that's considered that's a lot of money for an old man. He considered an old man now.
Yeah.
But one thing I would say, he played like a young man. He still got it. And that boy,
That's a bargain for San Francisco. He gonna outplay that contract.
Oh yeah.
He gonna outplay. I mean, he should be getting every bit of $25 to $28 million a year.
Oh, he deserve it.
He deserves it. I mean, because he's still one of the best deep ball.
He's gonna be a guy
and contested catchers in the league.
Right. It's some players just play so good. It's like after the first 3 to 5 years they retired, he going to the Hall of Fame. Mike gonna be in the Hall of Fame.
Oh yeah, for sure.
This street kid played 1 year of football. Just a hell of he's just a freak athlete.
Yeah, for sure.
Going to get the loan when he the best.
So a couple other ones that we want to talk about just real quick. Tua got released by Miami. By the way, they still owe him like $54 million, and he signs with the Atlanta Falcons. What you think about that?
Well, Falcons had to sign him. They got desperate, I guess. I think the boy should have retired right when he got hurt. I know that's a whole nother story.
Yep.
Dolphins had to let him go because he wasn't worth that. You know, to me, it'd be a decent backup. Atlanta in trouble as the quarterback position when you think about it because Penders, he's hurt. Cousins, they had to get rid of. So they had to do what they had to do. A lot of people don't understand this position is so watered down. There's not too many great quarterbacks out there and started out there. So,
well, the Atlanta gig works well for him because Penix is rehabbing, and then Penix is a left-handed quarterback. Tua's a left-handed quarterback.
But they both stay hurt.
The thing about it
injury
is,
prone.
If you're a receiver and you know this playing football in the past, the ball comes to you different from a right-handed versus a left-handed. Most people are used to catching the ball from a right-handed quarterback. When the ball comes out from a left-handed quarterback, it comes off a little different. And if you're not used to that, so i.e. they go sign somebody else who's right-handed, he's throwing it to him first 6-7 games of the season, and all of a sudden Penix comes in, the ball is just going to start looking a little different. So it makes sense for Atlanta to give Tua a shot if he can stay healthy.
But Melvin, left, right, or whatever, they both injury prone.
For sure.
Once again.
For sure.
So Atlanta ain't got nobody injury prone.
And they cut quarterback and they cut Kirk Cousins.
They had to the cap. Yes. So I don't know. It just, Atlanta is a crazy organization. And it's a lot of.
They got a lot of talent.
It's a lot of things going on behind the scene. I'm really kind of disappointed in the owner because I know the type of person he is. But the way to me, they set Raheem up. I ain't saying the owner did, but the other coaches, they weren't doing what he wanted. So what happens is these coaches will set you up and do things and be disobedient towards you. You're doing it your way and set you up and getting fired. And they have the history doing a lot of black coaches like that. And that's what's going on in Atlanta. And right now, like this right here, they getting to him. I mean, come on, it's gonna bite him in the butt.
What's up? What's up, B Jackson in the chat? He said, "Yo, what's up?" So thanks for tuning in, brother. If you listening to us, hop in the chat. Let us know what you think about some of the free agency stuff going on. If you think Tua should have retired,
but like I was saying though, that's to me, it's like you're not helping your quarterback room get him as a backup. That's all I'm gonna say.
I wouldn't say that. I mean, Tua's knowledgeable, but he's been a starter. He's been a starter.
You can talk about all the goodness. If you're injury prone, you're injury prone. Tua's not that good, man.
Well, talking about somebody that's not that good, and I can't believe that's how bad their quarterback room was or is. The Jets went and picked up Geno Smith and signed him.
They need a quarterback, though. They got to get somebody. Rumors out. They want to trade Mills. They want to get a trade for Mills.
Absolutely. Why would you?
And I mean, and they still go after another. They probably still can get Mills with Geno being there. So they don't have nobody.
Texans.
They can go to Melvin Yates and get a quarterback. That's how bad they need a quarterback.
If you're smart, don't trade Mills. That's your starter right there, because Coleridge, Bernard Stroud IV is going to poop the bed. He's been the ultimate pooper. Maybe he feels like since he got a haircut, it's going to help him out. He's going to be running a little lighter.
H-Town Vic took him to South Park.
Is that what he got? South Park got a little edge up. So before we jump into this, we're going to talk about a little more tech. But what you think about Travis Etienne, running back, going to the Saints? What does that mean for Alvin Kamara? Is Alvin gone? Is he old man cut?
That's a good deal, though.
You Saints fans, where y'all at? Y'all happy about that? Come on.
Saints fans been so quiet. I mean, Julius, you're a fan. What do you think?
Julius, our producer, says, till we fix the front office, the Saints are garbage.
So to all the Saints fans out there, get on the chat and let me know, do you agree with our producer, Julius, New Orleans native, said the front office is messed up? You know, is it got to get better to get there? He said that front office is bad, so that's a good question to ask. But it's not a bad idea because you got to keep two backfield.
Yeah, no, that's the way to go. That's the way to go. A lot of successful teams. Look at Seattle. They had two backs and they lost one, and we're gonna talk about that. He ended up going to former Super Bowl champ Kansas City Chiefs. Signed the Seattle MVP of the Super Bowl as a running back, and they definitely needed a running back. Kansas City did to take some pressure off Mahomes.
Yeah.
So we got Chad's rolling in. We got a Steeler fan in here and said trades are crazy. Hope the Steelers pick up someone. What's up, Mark? Mark Lewis in the chat. So Steelers haven't been doing a whole lot other than, so the Steelers did pick up a backup offensive lineman, Brock Hoffman from the Cowboys.
The key thing is
wonder why they picked him up because
the key
McCarthy
thing is
was
they're going to pass is Aaron and Rodgers. Are they going to get back together? Because my understanding, they didn't get along in Green Bay. He's the reason why he got to let go, which I'm not a really big fan of the coach either.
Yeah.
That's the thing. And I think Aaron, that's the question I got with Steeler fans.
Yeah, you got a lot of disgruntled Saints fans out here. Somebody said they agree with Julius. The Saints are garbage.
Who is that?
Saints are garbage. China, thanks for tuning in. Appreciate you. What up? So